appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. All warfare is based on deception. Hence, when we are able to attack, we must seem unable. When using our forces, we must appear inactive. When we are near, we must make the enemy believe that we are far away. When far away, we must make him believe we are near. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. If your enemy is secure at all points, be prepared for him. If he is in superior strength, evade him. If your opponent is temperamental, seek to irritate him. Pretend to be weak, that he may grow arrogant. If he is taking his ease, give him no rest. If his forces are united, separate them. Attack him where he is unprepared. Appear when you are not expected. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. Engage people with what they expect. It is what they are able to discern and confirms their projections. It settles them into predictable patterns of response, occupying their minds while you wait for the extraordinary moment, that which they cannot anticipate. There is no instance of a nation benefiting from prolonged warfare. Thus, we may know that there are 5 essentials for victory. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight, who knows how to handle both superior and inferior forces, whose army is animated by the same spirit throughout all its ranks. He will win who prepared himself, waits to take the enemy unprepared, who has military capacity and is not interfered with by the sovereign. Treat your men as you would your own beloved sons, and they will follow you into the deepest valley. Even the finest sword, plunged into salt water, will eventually rust. Move swift as the wind, and closely formed as the wood. Attack like the fire, and be still as the mountain. When you surround an army, leave an outlet free. Do not press a desperate foe too hard. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. There are not more than 5 musical notes, yet the combination of these 5 give rise to more melodies than can ever be heard. There are not more than 5 primary colors, yet in combination they produce more hues than can ever be seen. There are not more than 5 cardinal tastes, yet combinations of them yield more flavors than can ever be tasted. The art of war is of vital importance to the state. It is a matter of life and death, a road either to safety or to ruin. Hence, it is a subject of inquiry which can on no account be neglected. Who wishes to fight must first count the cost. Great results can be achieved with small forces. Know yourself, and you will win all battles. To win 100 victories in 100 battles is not the standard of skill. To subdue the enemy without fighting is the standard of skill. Be extremely subtle, even to the point of formlessness. Be extremely mysterious, even to the point of soundlessness. Thereby, you can be the director of the opponent's fate. One may know how to conquer without being able to do it. Rouse him and learn the principle of his activity or inactivity. Force him to reveal himself so as to find out his vulnerable spots. You have to believe in yourself. If the mind is willing, the flesh could go on and on without many things. Anger may in time change to gladness. Vexation may be succeeded by contentment. But a kingdom that has once been destroyed can never come again into being, nor can the dead ever be brought back to life. There are roads which must not be followed, armies which must not be attacked, towns which must not be besieged, positions which must not be contested, commands of the sovereign which must not be obeyed. When one treats people with benevolence, justice, and righteousness, and reposes confidence in them, the army will be united in mind. If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will eventually float by. Convince your enemy that he will gain very little by attacking you. This will diminish his enthusiasm. If soldiers are punished before they have grown attached to you, they will not prove submissive. And, unless submissive, then will be practically useless. If when the soldiers have become attached to you, punishments are not enforced, they will still be useless. To secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. Bravery without forethought causes a man to fight blindly and desperately like a mad bull. Such an opponent must not be encountered with brute force, but may be lured into an ambush and slain. The general who advances without coveting fame and retreats without fearing disgrace, whose only thought is to protect his country and do good service for his sovereign, is the jewel of the kingdom. Wheels of justice grind slow, but grind fine. It is easy to love your friend, but sometimes the hardest lesson to learn is to love your enemy. Water shapes its course according to the nature of the ground over which it flows. The soldier works out his victory in relation to the foe whom he is facing. Disorder came from order. Fear came from courage. Weakness came from strength. There are 5 dangerous faults which may affect a general: recklessness, which leads to destruction; cowardice, which leads to capture; a hasty temper, which can be provoked by insults; a delicacy of honor, which is sensitive to shame; over-solicitude for his men, which exposes him to worry and trouble. Every battle is won before it's ever fought. He who does not know the evils of war cannot appreciate its benefits. In battle, there are not more than 2 methods of attack: the direct and the indirect. Yet these 2 in combination give rise to an endless series of maneuvers. Energy may be likened to the bending of a crossbow, decision to the releasing of a trigger. Therefore, just as water retains no constant shape, so in warfare there are no constant conditions. Foreknowledge cannot be gotten from ghosts and spirits, cannot be had by analogy, cannot be found by our calculation. It must be obtained from people who know the conditions of the enemy. The worst calamities befall us from hesitation. If you fight with all your might, there is a chance of life, whereas death is certain if you cling to your corner. Deep knowledge is to be aware of disturbance before disturbance, to be aware of danger before danger, to be aware of destruction before destruction, of calamity before calamity. Strong action is training the body without being burdened by the body, exercising the mind without being used by the mind, working in the world without being affected by the world, carrying out tasks without being obstructed by tasks. Whether in an advantageous position or a disadvantageous one, the opposite state should be present always in your mind. Order or disorder depends on organization, courage or cowardice on circumstances, strength or weakness on dispositions. Danger has a bracing effect. Confront them with annihilation, and they will then survive. Plunge them into a deadly situation, and they will then live. When people fall into danger, then they are able to strive for victory. The skillful employer of men will employ the wise man, the brave man, the covetous man, and the stupid man. For the wise man delights in establishing his merit. The brave man likes to show his courage in action. The covetous man is quick at seizing advantages, and the stupid man has no fear of death. Those who are skilled in combat do not become angered. Those who are skilled at winning do not become afraid. Thus the wise win before they fight, while the ignorant fight to win.